Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is for you. Welcome back into Tommy Bites TV, you guys. I have multiple news stories, so I'm really going to jump right into it. If you missed the beginning and you come in late, just feel free to go back and replay it to see what I was talking about in this video. But this is to this is sad. We are under attack under so many different levels, whether it be the attack that took place at a army base in, I think it was San Antonio, Texas, where someone was firing on the gate and the guards at the gate, whether it be that or whether it be health related. Public health alerts have been issued. Also, cyber attacks are happening right now. So everybody's coming after us in one shape, form, and it is going to affect thousands, if not millions of people, depending on what it is and where it is where you are. So go ahead and hit that like button. Definitely share the video out. If you are new to the channel, welcome in. I ask that you please consider subscribing to the channel and definitely turning on your notifications. If you are already subscribed, thank you for coming back, and double check and make sure you're still subscribed. And let's jump right into sharing the news that you hopefully can use. So the first story, because I have multiple stories, the first story is concerning a hack that took place with U.S. chip maker. I will definitely get into the comments once I am done, but I want to get straight to the news that you definitely can use in some form, shape, or, microchip technology isolates some of its computer systems as it tries to recover from a cyber attack. Y'all, this is going to create some shortages if you're, purchasing parts, or if you're purchasing computers, or whatever. It is going to cause a lot of shortages. So U.S. semiconductor manufacturer and retailer Microchip Technology experienced a cyber attack over the weekend where hackers managed to disrupt some of the servers and business operations, says the company. Microchip explains in a regulatory filing published on Tuesday that it first detected the suspicious activity in its computer systems on August 17th. 2 days later, Microchip decided that isolating this affected system and shutting down certain systems was the best course of action. It's also investigating an incident with the help of a third-party cybersecurity expert. So more and more places are being cyber attacked, and it is definitely affecting us. I just told you about the 2.9 billion people who, and that may be me included, have their information stolen: social security numbers, addresses, emails, relatives' information going back 2 whole decades could be affected and sold on the black market. So since the attack, Microchip has been struggling to resume business as usual, which includes chip manufacturing as well as sales production like microprocessors, microcontrollers, and other computer and IT hardware. While its global headquarters are in Arizona, the chip maker has employees in offices around the world in places like California, China, India, Romania, and Malaysia. It's currently unclear where exactly its systems were disrupted. Okay, so on the other levels that we are now being attacked, let me share that out with you guys. I already told you about health-wise, we are, I'm gonna say, being attacked, because I don't know why this is the way it is right now, but we are dealing with our numbers rising when it comes to COVID. Now we're dealing with our numbers possibly rising when it comes to mpox, which was said to be a global health emergency. So now we have a new public health alert by the CDC. And I have a couple of stories on that. So let's go to this one first. So a respiratory, let me show you this picture of this little boy here. You see his cheek right here? So have you heard of Parvo virus? And a lot of y'all have heard of it because when you think of it and you say it, you think immediately, oh, that's the thing that dogs get. Different version, different day. So parvovirus, or as it's known as slap cheek, because your cheek is like red, it looks like someone hit you, is on the rise. The CDC has warned a respiratory disease known as parvovirus B19. Why does everything have a 19 in it? Is on the rise in the US among all age groups. I know they're showing kids right now, but they're the most affected, but is on the rise with all age groups, according to a recent advisory from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, known as CDC. The CDC issued the health alert on August 13th. Have y'all heard about this on the news? Let me know. At the European Public Health Authorities reported unusually high numbers of cases in 14 countries during the first quarter of 2024. The virus typically, causes a blotchy rash on the cheeks that appear as if someone has slapped them. Hence its name, slap cheek disease. And then you see right here where they get into talking about monkeypox and the public health emergency that was called. So this parvovirus can be a very mild infection in many people, but if you are pregnant or are immunocompromised, like myself, in any way, you are at much greater risk of serious illness. And this is said by the chief of infectious disease at Mount Sinai South Nassau Hospital on Long Island, New York. Parvovirus B19, and we're not playing bingo, but it seems like our lives are like a bingo game right now, is a virus that can be easily spread by respiratory droplets in the air after an infected person coughs or sneezes. So y'all, this is viral. This is respiratory. This is another, well, I don't think anyone dies from this. I haven't read the article in full. I'm reading it live with you guys. But this is another thing to add to our list of things. And not things, T-H-I-N-G-S, but things, T-H-A-N-G-S. So there is a test that you can take. Children are often infected at school and spread it to other kids through close personal contact, then later to adults when they come home, as they do with everything. Approximately 50% of people who were not previously infected contracted, I'm sorry, I have like, it's like some hair or something. Approximately 50% of people who were not previously infected contract the virus from an infected family member, while 20 to 50% of susceptible students and staff become infected during school outbreaks. The virus is in school, just started back. The virus is highly contagious and can spread asymptomatically. Parvovirus B12 is also known as fifth disease. And this is something totally different. This is a different parvo because it was previously listed fifth on a list of common childhood viral illnesses that cause rashes, according to the Mayo Clinic. The top three on the list are measles, rubella, and scarlet fever. Let's see. Many people who get infected don't have symptoms, but some will experience sickness about a week after an exposure. Susceptible children may complain of flu-like symptoms. So everything respiratory is a flu-like symptom situation where you have fever, muscle pain, fatigue, which generally lasts less than a week. People are most contagious in the early phase of this illness. Several days after the fever starts, children often develop the hallmark blotchy slap cheek rash, a helpful clue that healthcare providers use to diagnose this illness. People are generally not infectious by the time they develop the rash. A fine lacy rash may follow on the chest, the back, the buttocks, your arms, your legs. That is sometimes itchy, according to the CDC. It usually goes away in about a week to 10 days. Now, how do you treat this? Let me see. It says adults are less likely to develop the slap cheek rash. Their most common symptoms are a generalized rash on the body and joint pain that affects the hands, feet, and knees. In some cases, adults only experience joint pain, which usually lasts 1 to 3 weeks. That's a long time. I mean, I experienced joint pain because of my lupus and my fibromyalgia and my arthritis. But now you want to add this to it. Come on now. It says, although it can last for months, it usually resolves without long-term complications. Antibodies from prior infection help prevent reoccurrence of this parvovirus B12. So they didn't stop talking about the whole parvovirus 19 to talk about this parvovirus B12. It says once infected, you have a lifetime immunity. So I guess you cannot get it again. But most adults in the United States are immune, with 50% having detectable antibodies levels by age 20 and more than 70% acquiring them by the age of 40 per advisory. Okay, so let's go to this video.
You get your dog vaccinated to prevent.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Did you know that humans can get parvovirus as well? The CDC, in fact, is warning that there's a rise in cases. The question is, are they the same thing? Can you give it to your dog? Can they give it to you? Senior health correspondent Monica Robbins is joining us now. Just everybody with a dog right now is going, Monica, tell me what's happening.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm glad she asked that question. Can you?
I was at Bark at the Park in Bay Village over yesterday, actually, and everybody was asking me this because they heard about, because parvovirus is a very, very scary thing. Now, for all the dog owners out there, it is not the same as the parvovirus that infects dogs, and it is not possible for you or your dog to give it to one another. Now, the CDC did issue a warning last week notifying healthcare providers about increased activity in the U.S. of parvovirus B19. That is the human version of the disease. It is a seasonal respiratory virus transmitted through respiratory droplets by people with or without symptoms. It often causes your body to stop producing red blood cells. Chances are you probably had it once in your life. It's estimated 50% of adults and 85% of older folks have had an infection in their lifetime. Now, there is no routine surveillance for this. It is not a reportable disease, but it does pose a risk to certain groups of people. They include pregnant people, those with sickle cell disease, and those with compromised immune systems. Now, a lot of the cases came from classrooms. So as these kids go back to school, parents, you need to be aware of this because symptoms can appear about 7 days after infection. The first phase is typically fever and fatigue, and then this is when they're most contagious. It lasts about 5 days. The second phase usually includes a blotchy red rash on their face, commonly known as slap cheek rash, and a second rash can appear elsewhere on the body, maybe itchy, and can last several days. And yes, it can cause achy joints. Now, the rash can last up to 10 days. Most people recover completely. So the reason for the warning is because in June, the CDC received reports from doctors who saw an increase in numbers of pregnant women with severe fetal anemia or pregnancy loss, and cases of increases in aplastic anemia in people with sickle cell disease. So again, as kids go back to school, this is very important, especially for little ones.
So this is absolutely This is crazy, that this is where we are with all of these different things. We have COVID-19, we have Mpox, we have parvovirus B19 and 12, and definitely flu season is upon us. So, I gave y'all some tips yesterday of things that I use when I got sick that helped me each and every time that I do get sick. 'Cause like I said, I am immunocompromised, and, I do get things a lot easier. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that it was useful. And also we have the, attack at the, well, I don't know if I can call it an attack, but it's an attack. They were shooting at guards at the military base. And this is not the first time a military base has been put on high alert, or, had people try to invade the space and do whatever. So y'all, please keep your head on a swivel. Definitely stay safe as you possibly can, because we don't know what all is out there and what all is being man-made, what all is just happening, period. But everything seems to come from a lab, if you ask me. So let me get into the comments. Thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate it. Definitely hit the like button if you have not. It does help grow the channel. Subscribe if you have not. I have a lot of new subscribers want to know the things that they're not being told on TV, or anything that's not related to something that can help you, stores closing, etc. So a lot of things are happening, and I appreciate all of y'all for being in here. So I do want to thank Tina and Karen. Hold on. I do want to thank Tina. I want to thank Karen. Where my comments go? Where did my comments go? Just disappeared. Hey Lee, how are you? Welcome in. Hey, Lisa. Y'all, I went to bed late last night. You hear me? It was about 1 something. I literally had a whole meltdown, breakdown. I think everything, like something triggered me, and it was a little boy or something like that, and he was saying that, I think it was a Maury show or something I just saw a clip of, and it was a drill sergeant on there, and the drill sergeant was talking to the little 10-year-old, and he was saying, you're not behaving, you have to listen to your mom and all this other stuff. You're not grown until you're 18. Do you want me to, he say, do you want to live with me or something like that? And he was kind of being a drill sergeant to him, which is what he is in real life. And the little boy, it was so unexpected for the man. The little boy said yes. He had to pause, and everybody was like, oh, and he was like, why you want me to be your daddy? And he was like, because I don't have a daddy. I literally lost it, like I'm about to do right now. So let me stop talking about it. But I boo-hooed so bad. 1 something in the morning, because I was working, and I was like, oh, let me just look at a few clips or something before I go to bed or whatever. Whew, y'all, it just kept playing in my head. I don't have a daddy. I don't have a daddy. And then seeing my dad and his death and him dying, and oh my God, y'all, I am working so that I don't have to deal with this stuff. And yet here I am dealing with it. So y'all, I wish I could go through these comments right now, but I literally can't see it because I don't know why. Y'all, just be safe, protect yourself, love your loved ones, and that's all you can do. Pray, plan, and prep, because only God knows, what is going to happen, when it's going to happen. We can predict, and we can say prepare now, because we need to all be Noah. We all need to be Noah. But y'all take care. Let me get off of here. I don't know where this video is going right now. So thank y'all for coming in. Y'all please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay. I don't think I'm going to do another video today. So y'all take care. I love you, but God truly loves you more.